Hello everybody, Speedrun here. Welcome once again. In this episode number 5, you're going to learn low poly walkthrough. It's basically a more advanced episode on low poly modeling. Now we are going to Maya and see what you're going to learn today. As you can see, I have here a bottle of potion that we are going to model. As well, I have a tree with some little branches and leaves, and these amazing eyes that we will be able to animate in Ragnarok Online, just like this. It can also look up and down. As well, it can blinks, just like that. And we can add in-game later. In the center of Prontera, imagine that cool little eyes right there, watching people playing the game. Alright, so this was the 3D modeling for this episode. Now we are going to get into it and learn how to make it. We are getting started now, and this will be a very interesting episode full of knowledge. Let's go to the Ultimate 3D course folder. Inside scenes, duplicate our latest class. Now I'm going to call this one 5, and the title is low poly walk through. All right, now with Maya open, I'm going to go Maya, file, open scene, and low poly walkthrough here. Great. These 3D models we will leave at the side for now, so we can convert them later in the next episode. We will start by talking about the smoothing 3D models too. We can actually make a copy of this one, or let's actually lower a little bit of the polygons. So you should know by this time already that in inputs here, you can go ahead and lower the subdivision axis. I want to choose 6 for now and make a copy of this object. If I go ahead and press 3, or you're like pressing 3 by accident and you're like, whoa, what happened to my 3D now is moved? Well, this is just a preview, and your 3D is actually not smoothed. If you want to return to what it was, you press 1, and if you press 2, it's actually previewing how your 3D is and how it would look in a smooth version. 3 is just to see the smooth version, and 4 is like the wireframe. So let's press 1. Let's press 5 and 1 so we can return to what it was. Now you know that this is just a preview. What about I want to actually smooth the object and remain smooth? So that will increase our faces here, the polygons. You can see right now our faces is 18 for this one that I'm selecting. If I go to modify and convert polygon to subdivision, you can see now from 18 increases to more polygons. Also, if I go to modify, convert, and the other option right here, it won't work, but if I smooth, it should work. Let's try modify, convert, and now it works. In this one, it's actually displaying here the amount of faces, so it went from 18 to 240 faces, which means you have to be careful when you're modeling these many polygons for Ragnarok Online. Now you understand that this smooth is a function here in this 3D software. So you can go, I would like to show you something in game, just a moment. Let's delete this object and this object right here. Now I have separated already a object. Let me find it right here. And this is actually a barrel. I want to show that it's possible to smooth in game without having to smooth in the 3D software. So it remains a low poly object. Let's do the test right now. This is my converted 3D. Now this is duplication of that 3D, calling Speedrun A and Speedrun B. What I'm going to do now is to open the hex editor. This is the hex editor in case you don't know what it is yet. I'm going ahead to drag and drop this Speedrun A over here. Now we are going to count 10 squares here. So for example, starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one is by default 0, 1 when you convert. If you edit 0, 0, it will remove the entire shadow in game. Also, if you add the 0, 2, it will smooth your 3D model in game. So let's give a chance. This is 0, 2. And I'll go ahead, file save. Now I'm going to create a new one and drag this. And where it says 0, 1, now we're going to change to 0, 0. I go file and save. Let's save over here. Yes. Close this. And drag this shoe to our GRF. So let's drag right here. You can see they have the exact same size. They do not display any differences here on the GRF editor. However, in game we should be able to see some differences. Let's test this right now really quick. I'm going to open my map editor. File open, just pick Isloot for this example. All right. Opening. Now I would like to select our custom 3D model. That's right here in VIP mention folder. Let's find it. Right here. So it was 37. Right here there are 3 of them. The first one is the regular one. Let's increase the size to perhaps 10. Now the second one is this smoothed version, and the third one is no shadow version. All right. Now I can see that the no shadow version already took change. So if I go here to this option, you can see when I move the ambient light, the non-shadow version is not taking any change. Also, let's try over here in this diffuse light. Here it takes a bit change, but not in the ambient light. So now I cannot really undo this color change right here. Let's just manually change the diffusion ambient. Now go ahead, save data here. Now I can run the game and check how it looks in game. Let's do that real quick. So in my Ragnarok folder here, I go to client, emulator first, emulator, and run this server. Now under client, I would like to make sure on my open setup there is no music. So I'm gonna mute this too and make sure this is not full screen so it's easier to preview. Let's remove the full screen option, hit OK. Should be almost running fully my server right now. All right, now I can go ahead and enter the game, check it out, our smooth 3D model. Add, go 5. And I forgot to just bring the 3D GRF here. Let's do that really quick. Once I go to my Browedit folder, it's saved into this GRF. Now I just need to replace to my client folder. All right, that will do. You can feel the difference of the smooth version compared to the first version right here. This one has a shadow over there, but the second one doesn't. So it really improved the 3D version in game. You don't need to smooth them into the 3D software. Therefore, we can work with our low polygon 3D custom 3Ds right now. I hope you like this little guide on the hex editor for Ragnarok Online. We have done our job. I can close the server here. Let's go to Maya. We are going to modeling, as you see in the intro, a tree, a potion, as well a ice. That would be really fun for animation in the future episode. Let's start by modeling the tree. Okay. For the tree, I would like to add a cylinder, lower the subdivision axis here a little bit. So we can go with about 8. I will decrease this, bring our axis a little lower here, and snap to the center of the grid. Now I can just play around, be creative. So let's select the faces, pick those faces here. Now I can pick the faces up here, extrude, and extrude again. And extrude. There are millions ways to 3D model a tree. This is how I would do it. Let's once again extrude. And this is a nice shaped tree right here. Right now I can turn on the brush. If you remember, I have teached about this on the previous episode. And I can move a little bit this. Select the edges here and play around. Like that. I could even twist a little bit the shape of this tree like this. Basically, when I double click on the edge, it will select the entire ring. So I can just like rotate a bit, create some differences like this. I could even press 3 to see how it looks smooth. All right. Now we need to create some branches and the leaves. I'm going to create another cylinder for now and reduce the amount of subdivision right here. Let's go with 7, that's fine. I could make a separate 3 pieces here. I'm thinking to make everything from one shape, which will be very interesting for this episode. So what I'm planning to do right now is to make a little smaller here first, add this to the tree. Now I can use Boolean to remove this piece. So let's go ahead into modeling toolkit and click on Boolean. So first I'll click on the tree, shift click on the branch. Now I can go ahead and click on Boolean, and here I'll put differences. So you can see I created a extrusion here on the tree. Now I can select this part of the faces and bring it out of the tree like that. So everything is made out of one mesh. That's a nice tree. To don't take so much time, I will just make a simple tree with one single branch right here. You can go ahead and do as many branches as you like. We need to add some leaves to this tree. What we can do is to create a plane. And out of this plane, I could go to the channel box right here under inputs, lower the amount of subdivisions to 0. Now I'm going to our Google and pick leaf texture. We could even go for a PNG or just regular one and fix it on Photoshop. Let's try to find a PNG. There are many options to make a tree for Ragnarok Online. We could go with bushes like this, or just regular leaves. I'm going with a regular leaf for this example. I would like to pick this one. Looks really cool. So let's get into this website, try to download it. Free download right here. Wait 3 seconds. It's 5 MB, pretty huge. It's for image. Okay, I have downloaded this. Let's add this image to our folder here in the Ultimate course. We was using source image or images. Yeah. Let's add it here and call number 5. Okay. We will make this texture to Ragnarok Online right now. Open with just let's launch Photoshop then. All right. For a leaf size, I think 256 by 256 is a pretty decent size. Of course, we choose pixels and call it 256, 256. I would like to choose RGB. And click on create. Oh, that's too many pixels per inch. Let's go with 72. All right, now I can drag and drop this leaf here. We could thicken a bit this branch. So what we can do is click Ctrl J a few times to duplicate until this become a perfect pixel. Now we can combine the layers. On the lower layer, let's add a pink color that is followed by the hash FF00FF, and this means transparency in game. So we can duplicate a few more times the leaf. Make sure there is no transparent pixels around the leaf. Combine, rasterize. Let's go with the pencil tool, so it's a perfect square. Paint those dots that are going out of the leaf right here. Also here. Fix that. Now we can increase the branch size if we want to. This looks pretty cool so far. I'm going to save this as BMP. Let's call it the course 3. Save as 24 bits. We could go ahead and try to lower this to index color, see how it looks. And that looks pretty good as well. So I'm going to save this to index color. The background still correct, which is good. Let's save, overwrite the previous file as BMP here. So we have reduced probably over 100 KB for this. Now we have our leaf, and we can add it to our tree. First, we have to open our hypershade, as you have seen before. Let's use AI standard surface to add our texture. Right here, I'm going to drag this and connect to the base color. Once I'm selecting the object that I want to apply, I right-click and assign material to viewport selection. Now we have to turn on this option right here so we can preview the coloring. Let's rotate this, make a little brighter the viewer here. Nice. Bring this up. We could add subdivision to make this a little bit bented, the leaves. But I think like this will be fine for the example. I'm going to move with D and V the handle here to the edge and as close as possible to the cable of the branch of this leaf. So I press D right now and move about there, and I can start to attach to the tree. All I need to do is press V and attach to some parts of the tree like this. Duplicate, and then press V and attach anywhere I like. I can also turn up and down like this. But worth to mention that Ragnarok just reads the front face, so we could, for example, duplicate this and inverse the face Control D, mesh display, reverse. Now we can combine these two. Combine. Now we have actually displaying faces on both sides. If I go to face and drag this up, you can see both sides are displaying the face, and they are a single connected image, which will help in Ragnarok Online. Let's again bring this pivot here near the branch and start connecting again to the tree. Right? Like this. Now we can be creative, turn a bit these 3Ds. If I hold shift, I'll make a clone. So that's how we add a lot of leaves to our tree. So holding V, I can snap directly to the vertices, which saves some time. And just one more for reference. I'll add this right above our tree. Like that. Alright, we have model a tree here right now. It looks so cool. After we have done that, we can actually go ahead and start to delete by type history. Let's select everything and hit these options, these three options right here. Now you can see that our handle has returned to the default positions, and everything looks pretty good. Now I can go ahead and unwrap this tree. So UV editor, UV automatic, and we have fully unwrapped the tree. I'll leave just like that for this example. Just reduce a little bit this part right here and close. All right, our tree has been finished. I can go ahead and move it to the side right here. Next, we are going to model the potion. Potion time. Let's go ahead and create our potion bottle. With this cylinder having 6 faces right here that we have set at the start of this episode. So we can go under PC cylinder right here, polycylinder. And here you can see subdivision axis is set to 6. Let's give one more subdivision height. So we have something like this, or perhaps two more, like that. All right. With the faces, I'm going to hold Shift here, Tab. I'll hold Tab. Now I can decrease this part, and I can hold Tab and select the upper part and also decrease a little bit. Now I'm going to extrude up here, so we make the bottle. This looks pretty nice. If I press spacebar and go to the side view right here, in object mode, I can choose this option here, mode cut tool, and I can hold Shift to make a straight line, cut right there. As you can see, now we have added this extra line. I can press enter to finish the tool, but it didn't work. So let's go to the modeling toolkit, and here have an option for mode cut. I click on that, so I have finalized the mode cut tool option right here. We have inserted an extra division here on our 3D model. Great. Let's now create the potion inside this. Under face, I want to actually, let's duplicate this first, bring it up. I'm going to select here on the object mode, face mode, and delete all of this. So this will be our bottle cap. Under edges, I'm going to select all this and make a bit smaller like that. And this looking pretty cool. Let's go ahead and face option, select all of this, delete it. Right now on the object mode, I can go ahead to extrude right here under components, modeling toolkit, extrude. Let's set this to 0.1 first. And this is actually looking nice, but we can make it a little thinner, so let's try 0.05, and this looks pretty good. So now we have to add the liquid inside this bottle as well. Let's duplicate it, and with Ctrl D, now I go Ctrl 1, so I keep only this model right here. In face, I'm gonna delete everything that's around here, as well everything that's around here. So the liquid will go only until this part of the 3D model. I'm going to face select all these, edit mesh or mesh tool. Let me find here. There, mesh display. Here, edit mesh, flip. So let's select the object mode and then edit mesh and flip. For some reason it's not flipping the liquid right here. There's a duplicated, for some reason there's something duplicating here. Let's try on this one, edit mesh flip, or edit mesh and flip. There's no flipping. Let's try to freeze transformation and delete history by type. Edit mesh flip, and it's not flipping. All right, for some reason it's not flipping this. So let's just simply extrude again. Add a little 0.1 here. 0.05. Okay, this will extrude inside. Let's delete all the outside area. So I select what I want to keep first. Then holding shift, I select inverse and delete everything here. Well, actually I want just the outside part. I also want to delete the top part right here. Delete it. Alright, that will do. So we have reversed the face on a different way because something was going on right there. Alright, let's return with Ctrl+1 so we can see all the objects again. Right here I'm going to add under our hypershade another AI standard surface. Then here has a preset. Let's go to glass and replace. Now we select here, right click, assign material to selection, and we have got a glass. Our glass is not displaying, but if we were to render this, we could see the glass. So for example, Arnold light, Skydome light. Now if I go ahead and render Arnold render, we should be able to see the glass, and here we go. It's rendering right now. There is a glass. This is just for preview purpose. We cannot use this material in Ragnarok, so we will use TGA materials instead. We are going to learn this on the next episode, where we are going to create nice materials for our 3Ds. Now I want to select the liquid inside here, so what we can do is display the wireframe. So we can see that here is a glass. I want to pick the inside part. Let's delete the Skydome light first. So this is the Skydome light. Delete that. Pick the glass, Ctrl+1. Pick the liquid, I mean. Let's go to edges, select the whole edge ring here. There's an option right here called bridge. Let's click on that. As you can see, we have closed this right here, so we can add another color to this liquid. Let's just create another AI standard surface. There are many, just to help us later on visualize what we have built. Here I can give a color, and let's give this a red color for this liquid. Right click, assign. Now we have made the liquid for our 3D, and this is the cap. Bring down here. Here we go. We have finalized our potion right here. Let's texture it on the next episode. Now we just have one more 3D to go. With this, we'll give you enough knowledge on how to create your own 3Ds on all sort of stuffs. You can see we can model anything out of anything in Maya. Next, I'm going to create an ice. So we choose here this our sphere. Let's keep perhaps high poly like this. Right now we have 400 faces. It's a little too much, so let's make a little bit less polygons right here. Under inputs from our polysphere, we could choose probably 12 subdivision axes and 12 heights. So this is a little bit more like low poly 3D. I'm going to remove this option right here so we can see without the lines. Here it really looks like our iris, the part of the eyes. Let's rotate this right here. You can go ahead and just put 90 degrees. As you can see, it's facing this way. Nice. Now I'm going to duplicate this right here. So Control D. Let's go ahead and Control 1 so we hide everything else. I want to make these eyes basically moving this way. And also something like blinking. Let's do the blinking option right now. I will just need, so let's go to faces and delete all these faces right here. I only need this part of the face. Also only this part. Let's delete these remaining polygons here. Right now you can see that this could blink and we can create a nice animation for Ragnarok Online. Let's extrude this a little bit. So we can go to extrude. Let's add 0.1. And that's maybe too thick. Let's try 0.05 again. That looks better. And now we have this part of the eyes right here. See that? This looks really nice. We also need to duplicate this once again. Control 1. And make where the eye blinking hides. So let's go to faces and delete all this. Okay, this looks nice. So now we should extrude this a little bit. Could increase the height a little. So let's make a little bigger like this. And then we can go a little bigger still. Then we can go ahead and extrude this. So extrude once again, and let's pick 0.05. Nice. So now we have the eyes here. And we can blink just like that. After in game, we can reverse this so we don't need to have the lower part here. that that's pretty cool. Let's quick make the eyes for this. Let's go ahead and choose a texture. So eye texture. Let's make lizards. This is really nice. We can go ahead and save this. Bring to Photoshop. Let's color a bit here. Let me get the brush and kind of remove all these white parts of the texture. With the J option, or this one, spot healing brush, I can fix this part right here. We have lost a bit of quality, so let's try proximity match. Alright, I think that will do. Now content aware, that looks nicer. We have made our eye texture. Let's go to image, image size, and should be 256. So it's better for Ragnarok Online. Hit OK. Let's see how it looks if we go index color. This looks pretty much good from here to here. I think for Ragnarok it matches, so let's go ahead to Ctrl Alt S, save this texture as well, and save it to Course 4. So it's a 8-bit texture and just runs better and smoother in Ragnarok Online. Now I can delete the old one, we don't need that. Let's assign this to the eye right here. UV editor, UV camera based. UV camera based again. Right here. Let's go to edge, and around this part of the edge, I'll double click so I get the edge loop. Shift, right click, cut. I'm back. So I was struggling. This UV toolkit completely vanished from my end. What I had to do is go to workspace and reset current workspace. So now I have my UV toolkit back here finally. Nice. Now I can go ahead and finalize this UV and add the eyes here. So you have a quick preview of what's gonna look in game later on. I have cut this piece of the UV here and this one, so I select both. We should have here an unfold option and hit unfold. So now they're pretty much straight. Let's assign the eyes here to this on our hypershade. As before, AI standard surface. Right here, I'm going to drag our eye. Output color base color. Make sure you go and select this with object mode. Now I can assign material to viewport selection. And we have the eye right here. Let's go to the UV editor again. So now I can pick this one right here. And as when I'm dragging, you can see that is also selecting right there. So let's move this. Let me select this object right here, bring it up like this. I'm going to edges. This edge right here has to be facing straight here. So we need to turn a bit this. Rotate a little bit. Seems like the brush is turned on. Let me see. All right. Let's rotate a bit. And when this line is almost straight, we can go here to arrange layout, orient shelves, orient edges. Didn't work. So orient shell. I just need to get this. Let's try holding the shortcut J. Okay. And this is almost perfectly straight here. Let's go ahead and lay out these options. So down here, just a second. Down here I have this option layout. And now I can decrease a little bit. Make sure it's not going outside here, the square. Now this one, I want to be completely dark, so we can lower right here and bring right there. The eye still turning, so let's hold the option J once again and try to make straight. Here is better, so you can see that now we have textured the eyes, so we will be able to blink like this in the game. Also move like this, as you can see. It looks really, really cool. Animation for Ragnarok Online. Okay. Now we have finalized this. We have made this potion, the eyes, and the tree, this table, this gift, all this we have model. It's enough knowledge for you to actually go ahead and model whatever else you like. With practice, you'll get really far. I just hope you enjoy watching once again, and see you on the next episode where things will get hot. Peace.